5. Well, I can't hear you.
Well, it might have been because I had it muted.
Can you hear me now? Lauren had it muted.
My bad. I'm the best at my job.
Can you hear me? Still getting a can't hear you. Okay, y'all, let's brush up on our lip reading.
There's a lag, so there we go. 5 by 5. My bad. My bad. Up. We are at half Keller.
All right, we're half Keller. You can see
That's
but
great.
Can't hear. You hate to hear that. You do. John Smith, Shop Stuff, Curtis, Miss Mitz, 7 Heather 7 is here. All these awesome people. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Share the show. Share the show. We got some really interesting news to be talking about today. Some different stuff. Aliens? Question mark? What? Maybe AI robots taking over? Question mark? Working in herds? We'll see. Also, Donald Trump makes a return to the White House alongside his what is being called co-president, Elon Musk. So, all pretty interesting stuff we're going to talk about here on the show. First things first, this show is always brought to you by Refuge Medical. Refuge Medical is the best first aid kit company in the world. Guys, if you haven't signed up for the bleeding control webinar, it's really affordable. It's about $60. You get 3 hours of training. You get to sit in a classroom setting via the interwebs and interact with us as we sit down and talk about best ways and best practices to mitigate massive bleeding and how to prevent death in a setting like that. We'll go over some TQ application. We'll go over wound packing. We'll go over some tips and tricks of the trade and what you can do to be best prepared. It's a really cool, affordable experience for you, the end user. Share it out. So that those who, maybe need that type of training have the opportunity.
You can do it.
The opportunity to take advantage of the opportunity, right? You know what? Whatever, guys. I messed up. Lauren made me nervous, and you'll have that on those big jobs. Guys, make sure you're smashing the like button. Please, please, please smash the like button. So that way the algorithm that hates us telling the truth will be defeated. Together, we can defeat the YouTube robots.
You know what, SOE Inspector 8, that means a lot. That means a lot. I tune in for the production value.
You know what? Someone does.
Thank you. Thank you.
Best production value on the internet. Honestly, it's tremendous. Believe it.
We're trying.
A lot of production, okay?
When the volume's not muted.
I'll try to not do a ton of Trump impersonations for the show.
Why? I mean, the thumbnail is literally Trump and an eagle and all the things. So.
A lot of eagles. A lot of people said that we shouldn't use the eagle. I never said that. I would never say that. What's up, Aaron Bear? All these awesome people in the house. Share the stream, guys. We're going to hop right into the news with that. So, Donald Trump makes his first triumphant return to the White House since leaving office. Usually, there's a handoff from president to president at the end of every term. And with that, they sit down and they try to do a good, smooth transition. Now, something interesting to note, this did not happen with President Biden. Donald Trump refused to meet with President Biden because he said that he was not the actual president-elect, because maybe some election conspiracy, who knows, we don't know for sure, right? And so they did decide to sit down this week, actually. And so they call it the Men's Oval Office meeting. It's the first presidential transition sit-down. And it's the first time it's happened since President Barack Obama invited Trump to the White House in 2016, right? Trump did not invite Biden in 2020 amid the challenges to the election before the January 6, 2021 totally fun time. That was totally an insurrection.
Best year ever.
It was worse than 9/11.
Wow.
So bad, so terrible. The meeting started at 11:07 with Biden congratulating Trump on his 2024 election win, saying that he looked forward to having a smooth transition of power. Politics is tough, and in many cases it's I'll read it as Trump. Politics is tough, and in many cases it's not a nice world, but it is a very nice world today. Trump said
very
on
nice.
Wednesday, it will be as smooth as it can be, and I very much appreciate that, Joe. Biden replied, "You're welcome." I don't know how to sound old and decrepit, but that
Why did that sound like the guy from The Simpsons? The balded.
Dr. Barnes. Yeah, you're welcome. The White House previewed the meeting this week by repeating that it is important for Biden to sit down with Trump because Biden believes in norms institutions, and order, despite describing Trump as a threat to democracy. And as recently as last month, Biden aides agreeing with former Trump White House Chief of Staff John Kelly's contention that Trump fits the definition of a fascist.
And Hitler. Didn't they call him Hitler?
They literally called him Hitler. If you don't know who Hitler was, he killed like 6 million people, apparently. I don't know of Donald Trump doing that. I haven't seen it.
You know, I haven't heard of it, but...
Lot of fake news. Lot of fake. The American people deserve this. They deserve a peaceful transition of power, the White House press secretary said. They are pretty open and available to the Trump transition team and will continue to do what they can. We want this to go well. We want this process we want a process that gets the job done, and so it's certainly we're going to do anything that we can. Although Biden and Trump have resumed the tradition of meeting, First Lady Jill Biden and former First Lady Melania Trump have not, with the latter declining the former's invitation for tea.
I heard that Melania didn't want to hang out. Might have something to do with the fact that they had her house raided. I mean, who knows?
I'm sure that Melania Trump, while having her house raided by the FBI, that was weaponized by a DOJ, that was instructed by the White House, had no hard feelings towards Dr. Jill Biden, Dr. Biden, who's a lovely lady who hasn't said atrocious things about Melania Trump and the Trump family. No need to be concerned there. Everything is going to go super smooth, the smoothest of transitions, believe it. Reports circulated last week that Melania Trump had a conflicting book tour event and remained angry with the FBI after agents executed a search warrant at the Trump's private Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida as part of a federal investigation into whether the former president mishandled classified documents. Interestingly enough, one president definitely mishandled classified document. That would be President, but then Vice President Joe Biden, who kept classified documents inside of his possession when it is illegal to do so. Don't worry, the DOJ is not looking into him. We would hate it if they did that. I'm sure that everything is going to go just fine. After winning last week's election against Vice President Kamala Harris, Trump quickly named his campaign co-manager Wiles as his White House Chief of Staff. This week, Trump appointed Representative Mike Waltz of Florida to be his national security advisor. Fox News host Pete Hegseth, I think is how you say it, to be his defense secretary, and Governor Kristi Noem to be his Homeland Security Secretary. A former director of national intelligence, John Radcliffe, to be the CIA director. There are rumors that the president-elect will nominate Senator Mark Rubio to be the Secretary of State. He has not yet announced his nominee for Treasury Secretary. So this is all incredibly interesting because it seems as though he is just stuffing his White House staff with what they're not. It's the opposite of a rhino, like a Republican, like true Republican patriot or whatever. Patriot.
Have you heard the Border Czar guy talk?
He's gonna deport
every
single one of them.
That 60 Minutes clip where she's like, "Is there any way to deport without separating families?" He pauses, looks down, stone faced, and goes, "Yeah, deport them together." I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, mic drop, right? So with that, we see the Border Czar coming in hard, swinging on 60 Minutes, saying that he is going to deport every single illegal immigrant that entered the country. Now, we know, as informed Americans, that there's roughly, 6 to 13 million illegal immigrants that are here. So you look at the costs that's associated with deporting that many people. Very, very challenging work. There's already been talk of weaponizing different facets of the U.S. military for these jobs. One could say that would be handling it similar to that of an invasion, which I'm sure it's not. And I'm sure
totally
they
not
wouldn't.
men.
Yeah, it's probably nothing. And they probably should just ask them to leave nicely. I don't know if they've tried that, but maybe they should try that.
Oh, they did. They asked them to leave, and then they gave them a bunch of money and places to live and food and all the things.
Right. So they asked them to leave, handed them a debit card, a cell phone, and then flew them to different capitals in the city and told them to vote. I mean, no.
Exactly.
They didn't tell them to vote. They would never tell them to vote.
No, I heard that all the states that were blue totally required for you to have a voter ID. 100%.
100%. Voter ID, had to show an ID. Very important. They don't need to separate families. Just send them back as families. I think family unification is important. I love the fact that America is a melting pot. I love the fact that we have all kinds of people, all creeds, colors, denominations, belief structures, all these things. I think it's important because it is a institute of freedom. You have to have it, otherwise you get into dogmatic enforcement of laws and belief structures that might not fit your own. However, there has to be processes to root out bad people. We know across the world there are groups and sects of believers and individuals that are pretty rough. And some call them terrorists. I don't know that I would use that word. It's strong language for sure. But we have to have some sort of process in place to keep the everyday average American safe from these threats and from these risks. And so I'm excited. I'm hesitant. Obviously, to see, if this could all be pandering right now. It could be a whole bunch of pandering, but we'll see. We'll definitely see whether the current administration allows power to be transferred to the new administration, and if the new administration does what they say they're going to do. Because I've heard a lot of lip service before, as well as every other American has right now, and we're probably not super trusting. Guys, remember, share out the show. Share out the show. Share out the show. Don't forget, you only have a couple more days to take advantage of the bleeding control webinar. That is a class where we're going to sit down and talk about massive bleeding, ways that you can control it, ways that you can stop it, ways you can prevent death inside of a casualty and help somebody save a life. And so, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, we've had a lot of people who are like, I really wish I could come to class, but I can't travel. I live here.
Right?
This is your chance. I just linked it.
$60 and you get 3 hours of training. That is a freaking bargain. Guys, we wanted to give you the opportunity for a cost-efficient instructional period with Cadre here at Refuge to sit down and go over some life-saving skills, some life-saving tactics. So that way, you're not having to wonder how to save a life inside of an emergent situation, but rather, you can actually learn these skills, apply them in the safety and security of your own home, and start learning some ways to train at home, right? We're going to go over some ways that you can train at home, so that way you can become even more capable as a responder, and you can be a force multiplier. You can teach your kids, you can teach your mom, you can teach your dog. Depends on what type of dog you have. But it's definitely possible. So take advantage of that bleeding control webinar. It's going to be a really cool opportunity. I'd love to see you guys there. $60 is cheaper than any date right now. You can go out to dinner, you can go out to a movie, you're not going to pay $60. So might as well use one computer, sit your wife down with you, and do some training. Or sit your husband down, or sit your kids down, do some training together, and get some instruction, right? So, with that, I'm going to take a drink of water.
Water.
We'll take a gander at the comments. Remember, guys, share the show. Share the show. Real news. A lot of news going on here. A lot of people said we couldn't tell the news. All right, we're signed up for the bleeding prevention class this weekend. Heck yeah, I will sign up for any and all webinars, by the way. I really appreciate that you guys offer it. That is so cool. $60 is cheaper than a family dinner outing. That's definitely true. Hey, I like how you guys sent me a video saying my kiddo kit was built. Yeah, every single time you place an order, we're going to send you a video telling you that the order is done, that it's headed over to the shipping department. We'll probably try to be funny in there to, have fun and be people. We're not a bunch of robots. We'll get to the robots here shortly, but we are not a bunch of robots, just so you know.
Are they AI robots?
Oh, immediately started doing the robot because beep boop, beep boop. No.
Beep borp.
Me morp. That's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference. If you get it, you get it.
Could you even imagine if the first AI for home use, that's the sounds it makes?
Meet more.
I would like for you
to sign up. That is a great question. We'll drop a link.
Dropping
in the
it
chat
now.
Right now. But you go to the Refuge Medical website, so www.refugemedical.com. Go to training, go to virtual, and it's under the virtual tab. Or you could just click that little link that Lauren just dropped because she's awesome. The Phobot. Yeah, that's right. That's right. What else we got in here? Rue Pana brings up Biden thought that they were talking about smooth ice cream instead of a smooth transition. Could have. That's true. If someone isn't gainfully employed, out they go. I appreciate the zeal, but just because somebody lost their job, maybe we don't deport them. We might go. That might be a little bit too hard.
Jeez, have you never lost a job in your life?
Oh my God! You can't fire me. I'm gonna get deported.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? It'd be terrible.
Definitely not an invasion. Very invasive, though. Yeah. You made me laugh with text about my last order. I definitely needed to laugh at that moment. Well, what a blessing, man. You make me laugh.
Was it one of the ones where you asked them about their prison shank or their dog?
I say the craziest things.
It's really true.
I just do about 7 shots of espresso and I start making videos. So that's the way to do it. Okay. We're going to continue on with the election here. If someone set up training as a date night, I'd marry them. Well, I'm already married, so...
I don't know. I think they mean like if they were going on a first date and someone was like, you know what we're doing?
Medical training.
We're doing training at Refuge Medical. I'd be like, I think you're the one.
Like you're the one. Yeah, they might be the one if they take you to
Refuge dating site.
That's right, RTS.
Let me just go ahead.
Yes, Refuge dating site.
Go ahead and I'm gonna get that LLC going.
Maybe people would step it up at work. Maybe they would. Maybe they also would be terrified.
Do you want to go back to the country? I'm from here. I don't like.
So we've seen this in Parks and Rec. If you ever watched that, fear versus positive reinforcement. So fear enforced, production goes up, but quality goes down. Right? Positive enforcement, quality goes up, but production goes down. So, you got to kind of decide what you want there. If you got to
be like half fear, half encouragement.
You're doing a great job. Don't get fired.
You're doing such a good job today.
We'll see what happens tomorrow. Keep them guessing. That's what we do. Are the op facts available on back order? No.
They are not currently.
But they will be soon. Keep looking there. Keep looking. Right now, we're really focusing on them vacuum seal kits.
Pause. I am so sorry. We are wrong. The OpVac is actually available in multicam.
In multicam. Multicam. Get one.
Yeah. And there's only 4, so if you want to get it now.
Yeah,
like
get
run.
It right now. We are focusing on the vacuum sealed kits right now because with every purchase of a vacuum sealed kit, you get the opportunity to win a golden ticket. I got a golden ticket. What? Who sang that? That was the voice of an angel. It was like Fergie and Jesus put together.
Please don't put those two in the same sentence.
It's a Step Brothers reference.
Yes.
Have some respect for a great movie. No. So the golden ticket. What's the golden ticket, Bob? Bob, there's a golden ticket? That's a great... What are you talking about? Oh, wonderful question, audience. Thanks for asking them. The golden ticket is going to 5 different people, and you have the opportunity to... Oh, bring me one, Mike. Bring me one. You have the opportunity to win the training of your choice. You can come and train with us. You can hang out. You can learn skills on how to not die. I mean, some of our trainings are pretty dang expensive, and you have the opportunity to win it. Right there. Boom. Golden ticket. This is number 005.
They've already...
3.
Some have already started going out.
Someone's
probably going to get one this week.
Someone's going to get a golden ticket this week. It just came across my desk. Golden ticket. So, any vacuum seal kit, you have the opportunity to win a golden ticket. Much like the fantastical character Willy Wonka, I have danced about the office delivering golden tickets into packages. It was fun. Everybody had a good time, except for me.
And TJ.
TJ was going to kill me.
No, SOE inspector. Gross.
What did he say? Bob and I have the same filming pregame routine?
Nope.
That was. I think he's referencing the shots of espresso.
Nope, just keep going down.
No, that's not available. Don't do that. That's disgusting. I totally thought the woman's IFAC was the Boogaloo version. It is not the Boogaloo version.
Wait, I don't know what that means.
The Boogaloo was a movement that used luau and Hawaiian shirt prints to show that they were anti-government and anti-establishment. A couple of the Boogaloo movement did get arrested for killing some police officers as well as lighting a cop car on fire or blowing it up. This happened inside of 2020. They're very bad dudes.
Wow, really? I was thinking you were talking about like Vietnam or something.
No, not Vietnam.
Crazy.
No, just recently, political violence.
Wow, we have such a weird world, you know?
Do training kits count? Yep, vacuum sealed kit, 100% it counts. Grab a training kit. What's it like being the best medical training company out there? Also, hi, Bob. Ty, great question. It's very humbling. It's also a huge responsibility because we have to constantly raise the bar and constantly hold ourselves to higher standards to improve not just our products, but our training
and
our
learn.
vision, and learn constantly. So that way we don't suck, because you guys deserve people that don't suck.
And also stuff changes on the regular.
Yeah.
Like their TCCC is they update their stuff. And so we have to be on top of learning the new data.
Yeah, there's also like not a mass text like, hey, we updated this. It's just like,
guess what? Now we suggest this while we're still saying, you know what I mean? Like we have to be on top of that stuff.
yeah. So it's just constant. It's a constant game of cat and mouse, you know, trying to grow, get better, and continue to learn as a group, right? So we're gonna get back to the news here. Elon Musk, you guys have heard about him. He wants to put chips in your brain. I mean, he wants to build electric cars. He's a very nice philanthropist that doesn't want to put chips in your brain.
Military auxiliary radio system.
Shush. Just be quiet over there. Mike's wearing a tinfoil hat today. So, Elon Musk was handed a major win Tuesday evening when President Donald Trump announced that the Tesla and SpaceX CEO would co-lead a new government efficiency program with Vivek Ramaswamy.
You mean Doge?
That's Doge to the moon. Yeah, that's actually Elon Musk's biggest achievement is Dogecoin. Everybody should go buy Dogecoin today. This is not financial advice. Please just make the price come back up so I can sell it and get out of the hole that I put myself in.
You went into the wrong one.
So reporters reinforced the closeness that Musk appears to have has managed to frustrate people even after the election. But for some people in Trump's orbit, Musk has become overbearing, right? He's beginning to be aggressive in pushing his views about Trump's second term that he hopes that he takes, some sort of credit for with Trump's transition team. He may be overstaying his welcome, according to two people familiar with the transition who have spent time at Mar-a-Lago, the Florida resort, over the past week. He states that Trump's near constant presence at Mar-a-Lago in the weeks since the election began to wear on people who have been in Trump's inner circle longer than Elon Musk and who see him as overstepping his role in the transition. The source wants, a state of anonymity because they're not authorized to speak publicly, right? He's acting as if he is a co-president and making sure everyone knows it, one of the sources said of Musk. He's taking lots of credit for the president's victory, bragging about America PAC and X to anyone who will listen. He's trying to make President Trump feel indebted to him, and President Trump is indebted to no one, this person says. They obviously denied requesting any comment or anything like that. But something as to note is that Musk apparently has an opinion on everything. And he constantly is trying to share his opinion on everything. Now, I will say that some of the tweets or the X's that Elon Musk has shared out, I've actually been in support of. He's talked about opening up transparency to cutting any program or anything like that, allowing the general public to vote on such things, giving us more of a say inside of it, using technology to do so. I think all of that could be very beneficial. However, I also want to point out that just because Elon Musk is showing himself outwardly to be such a great guy right now, we must always be aware of the things that he has planned to do. I'm weary of anyone who wants to put a chip in the brain. I'm also weary of anybody who is supporting large-scale space travel because that has been a money laundering scheme for a very long time. Anybody who is familiar with NASA knows that. Saying there are problems is to sow discord. Yeah, it's definitely possible they're trying to sow discord. It's also possible that, Elon Musk is acting as a co-president. He's definitely positioning himself as some sort of government authority online currently through his communications. This is something we should just be aware of right now. It is definitely interesting, without a doubt. All right. Rando comment, the FOB had 63 awesome, talented men and women when we rolled in. 63 good-hearted volunteers is possible. 63 good-hearted, amazing talents is divine. Left with my cup filled, amazing. What a blessing. What a blessing. I'm sure they're referring to the Hurricane Helene deployment that Refuge sent me to and that Grindstone had put on to support the efforts in relief and disaster relief for the areas affected by Hurricane Helene. So, work's been crazy. Haven't been on live in a while. Ghost, it's good to see you, man. It is good to see you. I love you. I think you're awesome. You're tremendous, right? So moving off of the politics right now, knowing that we should keep an open eye, keep an open ear, pay attention to who Trump is putting in his cabinet. what team is going into the White House right now. We have not just a Republican White House, we have a Republican majority Senate, and then also a House with a packed Supreme Court. So things could move rapidly inside the government right now if everybody agrees, which they're slated to do based off of which side of the political aisle they lean on. Now, whether you're on the right side of the aisle or on the left side of the aisle, remember, it's all in the same damn room. So if it's the right wing or the left wing, it's still the same bird. Pay attention. Don't get caught up into hope based off of man. Put your hope in Christ. Put your hope in Yeshua the Messiah, who came and lived and died and was resurrected for you to come into right ruling with your Father who's in heaven, who loves you, who wants to have a relationship with you. Don't put your faith in men. He's definitely on the spectrum with might hurt him regarding boundaries. That's actually a pretty astute observation there. It really is. All right, so continuing on to the next thing here, we're going to talk about AI robots. Beep, boop, beep. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. While Lauren runs back.
I'm sorry, my Walmart order is almost here. It has my lunch in it. I'm starving.
You're starving.
But I had to put this on the screen. There we go.
Government can't fix government. Only the people can fix the government. Okay, so generative AI has taught a robot dog how to scramble around a new environment. So we now have AI doing the programming for robots. Now, I know this sounds like a natural progression, like this might be cool. China has actually already employed these tactics for AI to start using its programming capability to tell packs of robot dogs how to traverse an area, where to go, and missions. Don't worry, these dogs did have machine guns on top of them. I'm sure this won't come up. So, teaching robots to navigate the new environment is tough. You can train them on physical, real-world data taken from recordings made by humans, but that's scarce and expensive to collect. Digital simulations are a rapid, scalable way to teach them to do new things, but the robots often fail when they're pulled out of virtual worlds and asked to do the same tasks in a real one. Now, there's a potentially better option, depends on what definition of better you use, a new system that uses generative AI models in conjunction with physics to develop virtual training grounds that more accurately mirror the physical world. Robots trained using this method achieve a higher success rate in real-world tests than those trained using more traditional techniques. Also, what is a traditional technique of training a robot? What does robot training look like?
It's like you give them like some oil or like a treat, you know what I mean?
I
like
always think of the Scarecrow and the Tin Man with the oil.
Yeah.
That's what I want it to be like, where it's like, oh, my robot got squeaky. Glug, glug, glug. Nope, it's not like that. It's like they're killing people in a Tesla factory.
You know, it's like, you remember all the movies we've seen? Like the myriads of movies about robots that turn because then they're like, you're the problem.
But don't worry, it's never the robots that make the robots turn.
No.
It's always the robots that make the robots
turn.
turn.
But like, to be fair, I mean, it's fine. We have a Skynet.
I think we should just turn it off. Personally, but that's just my belief.
Push the button.
So researchers use the system called Lucid Sim, don't like that, to train a robot dog in parkour, getting it to scramble over a box, climb stairs, even though it had never seen any real-world data. The approach demonstrates how helpful generative AI could be when it comes to teaching robots to do challenging tasks. It also raises the possibility that we could ultimately train them in entirely virtual worlds, meaning they never step foot in the real world and then are released fully trained. Don't like that. The research was presented at a conference on robot learning last week. We're in the middle of an industrial revolution for robots, says Ji Yang, a postdoc at MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, who worked on this project. This is our attempt at understanding the impact of these generative AI models outside of their original intended purposes, with the hope that it will lead us into the next generation of tools and models. Lucid Sim uses a combination of generative AI models to create the visual training data. First, the researchers generated thousands of prompts through ChatGPT, awesome, getting it to create descriptions of range of environments that represent the conditions the robot would encounter in the real world, including different types of weather, times of day, lighting conditions. These included an ancient alley lined with tea houses and small, quaint shops, each displayed traditional ornaments with calligraphy, and the sun illuminates a somewhat unkept lawn dotted with dry patches. These descriptions were fed into a system that maps 3D geometry and physics data onto AI-generated images, creating short videos, mapping a trajectory for the robot to follow. The robot draws on this information to work out the height, width, and depth of the things it has to navigate. A box or a set of stairs, for example, or doorways, or all these different, like, keeps saying a box or a set of stairs, but this is, navigating canyons. This is navigating houses and buildings and all these different things. And they're using this data to train these robots outside of human intervention or interaction. Oh, gosh, dude. This is why Sam, the creator of OpenAI, carries a nuclear football backpack with a kill code in case AI gets out of control. Yeah, I'm sure that is enough to handle the situation.
Can we take a moment really quick to talk about inflation?
Oh,
I bought this bag of beef sticks for $6-something, okay? And here I am thinking like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. Look at the size of this!
so inflation, huh? How about that inflation? Hold on, show them the size. Show them how little these beef sticks are.
Here's the bag. This is what they call, this is 2 bites. 2. Hangry Lauren.
Oh my gosh.
Angry.
Don't worry, I'm sure AI will never train these robots inappropriately. I'm sure that you won't need a first aid kit when you fight the robot revolution.
Viva la revolution!
Viva la technical revolution! I think that's what he said, right?
Already have a setup for making titanium plug rounds.
Yeah. I'm just super soakers, man. We're just gonna super soaker full of diesel with a lighter at the end. We're just gonna do it.
So basically a flamethrower.
Robots are hoping those are level 4 plates. If I was making a robot and I was a bad guy, it'd probably be armor proof, or it'd be like armored, like up armored robot.
Have you guys really never seen the Terminator? They just get more indestructible, and they've already made a robot version that's supposed to look like people.
Yes, they've already made robots that look like people. I'm sure that we haven't seen them talking to the public as a political figurehead already.
I know that, Stryker. Heath and I are going hunting this weekend. Pray that we get something.
Someone in y'all's mag needs to make you some homemade jerky. Someone in our mag needs to kill a deer to make some jerky.
What is this?
That is a small bag. It seems like the containers are also getting smaller. The prices are going up, the containers are getting smaller.
Oh no!
You know who's not
Bob,
doing that?
look at this.
That's false advertising. Come on, show them. This is inflation right here.
Box size, bag size.
One of these things is not like the other.
This is like the size of the bag we used to buy for $1.
Robo hug dog, right? Yeah, I'm sure that they're gonna hug you. Okay, moving off of robots, which you totally won't need a first aid kit to deal with when they try to rip your arm off like they did to the gentleman in the Tesla factory. Shout out Tesla.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear that?
No.
That was a long time ago. We talked about that on this show.
No, half the time I'm
Beep boop beep.
I don't know, editing.
Hold on. I'll pull it up right now. Jamie, pull that up.
Who's Jamie?
It's that was a Joe Rogan reference to everybody who.
I don't watch him enough to know.
Oh, this is back. This was in 2023. Yeah, New York Post recorded it. A robot kind of went haywire at the Tesla factory. A Tesla software engineer suffered serious injuries when he was attacked by a malfunctioning robot at a Tesla factory on the production floor in the Texas location. So I'm sure that that's not going to have any bad effect there. I'm sure nothing else like that will happen. That's why you need a first aid kit to protect yourself from the attacking robots.
These are awful.
So,
yeah.
You know, basic, easy stuff here. It actually happened in 2021. They buried the incident until 2023.
Of course they did.
Right? And now it's almost 2025 and AI is
Dang it.
programming the robots.
All right, Hemi, I'll starve. He said we can hear Lauren munching. Just forget it. I don't need to eat. It's fine. Nom, nom, nom.
All right. Continuing it on. Here we go. The story of the day. We have UFOs.
Oh, yes. I've been waiting this whole time. Hold on. Please hold. And where is it? There it is. There it is. Hold on. It's worth it, guys. Just wait. It's worth it. It's worth it. There we go. Boom. Okay, now you can talk about it.
So, chat, let us know if you think UFOs are real. Let us know, chat. We want to know what you think first before we get into it. My computer is wanting to give up on life right now.
Everybody's giving me crap. Expensive, crunchy, and awful. LOL. Sounds delicious. Go to town, Lauren. No, Lauren. Eat. I'm just required to tease. That's great.
This printed very poorly. I'm going to see if I can't pull this up to right here.
Texas Sheep Lady said he wasn't attacked. The robot just couldn't differentiate between a human and a car part.
Oof, don't love that. Don't love that reality.
No, robot, don't rip my arm off. It's not a door, please.
Please, no, don't open my body.
Not trunk. Like,
please don't open me. Okay,
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
So this is coming from all the major news sources are reporting on this today. I'm sure that's unrelated to anything. Shout out to the UFOs. Let us know. UFO by definition, yes, real. Alien spacecraft, no. The green one looks like Biden trying to sniff a kid, probably. Somebody said demons. The government really made UFOs. It wouldn't surprise me if they were. Okay, so we got a lot of competing idea as to whether UFOs are real or not.
Those books.
ooh, new books.
Oh, okay. Dang, we got a good giveaway today.
We're doing a giveaway?
I guess, yeah, I was just handed him.
Did he say give them away? I think he was saying those are the new books we're going to
No,
be...
he said give them away.
Well, dang, you guys are lucky. What are we going to do?
I don't know yet. Did it attack a transformer? Okay, here we go. So before we do this, Doc just handed me these. These are not through the publisher that we want to work with, and so these are Ranger Medic handbooks right here. They are awesome. They are legitimate Ranger Medic handbooks. They're just not through the right publisher, so we are not going to sell them. So we are going to give them away. So I'm going to give away 2 today. Actually, we'll do 3. We'll do 3, and then we'll keep 3 for another time when we need to do a giveaway. All right?
Ooh,
So,
you know what? You know what we should do?
what should we do?
They have 2 choices. They either get the bleeding prevention class on Sunday because hashtag learn how to not die, or a vacuum seal kit so they can get entered in
To the golden
to the
ticket.
golden ticket.
Okay, so anybody who buys either a vacuum sealed kit or the bleeding prevention webinar, you get entered in to win one of the Ranger Medic handbooks. These are awesome little tools. There's so much information in here. You're not going to understand all of it, but you'll understand a lot of it, and it's a great little learning resource right here. Boom, boom, boom. So go ahead and grab either a vacuum seal kit, could be any vacuum seal kit, or a bleeding prevention webinar, and that's a great resource for you, the end user. And we'll ship it out with your order, or we'll just ship it to you if you grab the webinar. All's good in the hood. So you got time during the live stream. We're going to draw at the end of the live stream, and that'll be cool. I'd rather have a vacuum sealed kit. Well, then grab a vacuum sealed kit, and you'll get entered in to win a Ranger Medic handbook. So right now you have a 100% chance of winning.
Timestamp is at 1:40, so starting now.
So starting now, 1:40 to the end of the stream. Go ahead and drop the links, Lauren.
Doing it now.
Lauren,
Beep
drop
borp,
the
beep
links.
beep borp.
Meet more. Lauren, our computer, is dropping the links. We actually, Lauren's not real. She's an AI robot. High speed, high tech stuff. Coming
Very,
to you
very
straight.
hungry. Eats crackers.
Eat cracker.
Loudly.
Meet more. cracker eat. We dig one of those. Shannon West said, please send it. I'll pay shipping. Yeah, the Ranger Medic Handbook is awesome. This is a great tool. So I'll go over really quick kind of what's in here. So you have stuff on advanced trauma life support, basic and advanced pre-hospital trauma life support, emergency medicine, emergency war surgery. These are all the things that are going to be referenced in here. So containing the scene, rapidly identifying and controlling massive hemorrhage, inspecting and ensuring an airway, treating life-threatening torso injuries, inspecting bleeding, gaining IV access and managing shock, controlling pain and preventing infection, aid and litter team information, leader coordinated evacuation. So ton of great information on this right here. So tactical trauma assessment protocol, medical patient assessment protocol, airway management, hemorrhage management, thoracic trauma management, hypovolemic shock management, head injury management, mild TBI management,
Wow.
management, spinal cord injury management, orthopedic trauma management, burn management, pain management, anaphylactic shock management, and so on and so on and so on. I mean, this is a really, really good tool.
You know, we've had people ask us like, oh, well, what do I do with the TBI? And I mean, we can only tell you so much legally. So having something like this at your disposal is awesome. And also we are working to get like a library on the side of just awesome resources. We're doing the work to find the things that you need to know. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, it's a great tool. I know a lot of people are thinking like, oh, I'm not qualified to know that, to have that information. Well, there's only one way to get qualified, and it's to learn, right? So you can go through the classical training and traditional training, or you can start to do self-education. In today's world, if you currently look at some of our educational institutes, they're sometimes questionable. And so self-learning is awesome. Some of the best entrepreneurs and some of the best business leaders and some of the best professionals in the world are just self-educating, right? And so their information is power, knowledge is power, right? G.I. Joe. And so doing something like grabbing a bleeding prevention kit basic, which is $60, and then also winning one of these, you get a ton of information in this. And then you also get capability, which is pretty dang sweet. Does a stomp bat fit in a vacuum seal bag? It does not. It does not. It's close. Really close. Could you imagine a vacuum sealed stomp bag? That would be ridiculous. How would you even carry it? Okay, so UFOs. We're talking about aliens or something unidentified that's flying and is an object, because that's what a UFO stands for. They have like another thing that they call it too. UAP maybe?
You're talking about the fact that they just had like a congressional hearing about this, right?
So Congress has been meeting now, okay? And they're revisiting UFOs. And so here's what's happened since the last hearing. So we had a big congressional hearing on UFOs, and now we're having another congressional hearing on UFOs. So more than a year has passed since elected leaders in Congress last heard from experts about mystifying objects, outmaneuvering our military, and claims of shadowy government programs to study the spaceships, right? The now infamous congressional hearing was one filled with sensational claims about UFOs, despite the government's rebranding of UFOs with lesser stigmatized acronym, unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs. The hearing still captivated a long obsessed audience with ideas of flying saucers and little green men. So, when military officers spent hours providing compelling testimony about not just strange craft whizzing unchecked through U.S. airspace, but about a concerted effort of our government to capture and study those craft, the public was hooked. Guilty. The hearing served to reignite long-held public suspicions that the U.S. military and other high levels of government are suppressing information about extraterrestrial activity and galvanized a movement for transparency. Now that a little more than a year has gone by, the government has signaled that after years of secrecy, it's slowly coming around to the idea of sharing more information publicly. Also, by the way, what a crazy thing that people we pay and employ are keeping secrets from us. What a crazy thing.
I have this theory though, but it cannot be true. And it's not really a theory.
Tell us your theory.
It's just a thought that I thought just now.
It's just a thought that you
Just
thought
a thought,
right
just
now.
a thought right
It's a
now.
free thought.
I mean,
We can still do that.
they would never know these things and think like, we're going to use this, we're going to release this information when it's best for us.
Like a distraction?
Like, oh, aliens aren't real. But are they? Just kidding. This whole time they're real. Like Area 51. Guess what? Now it's an amusement park. Aliens.
Oh gosh. So it's slowly coming around to sharing this information. Some lawmakers and advocates say that it hasn't been enough, and now they're on the verge of delving into the topic of UAP once again on Wednesday. Ahead of the next congressional hearing, here's what has happened since Congress' last foray into UFOs. In July 2023, House members heard testimony from 2 former Navy pilots who came forward with information about objects routinely violating U.S. airspace. Lieutenant Ryan Graves and Commander David Fravor each provided accounts of specific incidents they had either witnessed over the years or heard about from other pilots they deemed credible. Some of the accounts they described were of aircrafts displaying capabilities they believed were beyond any known human technology. Fravor himself was among Navy pilots who spotted the now famous tic-tac-shaped object that was captured in 2004 on video during a flight off the east coast of Southern California. In testifying about the well-known sighting, In testifying about the well-known sighting, Fravor described the oval object as perfectly white, smooth, no windows, and displaying flight capabilities that were unheard of. But the most sensational part of the hearing came when former Pentagon intelligence official David Grush offered testimony about an alleged shadowy multi-decade Pentagon program to retrieve and study not only downed spacecraft, but extraterrestrial pilots.
What? Independence Day.
Like, what? Dang, that's crazy. All right, without offering hard evidence, Grush accused the Pentagon under oath of being aware of extraterrestrial activity since the 1930s and hiding the program from Congress while misappropriating funds to operate it. In August, within about 2 months after the hearing, the Pentagon's Office to Investigate UFOs revealed a new website for the public to access declassified information about reported sightings. The site, operated by the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, the AARO, a relatively new Pentagon program established to analyze UAP reports, also has a mechanism for military pilots to report sightings. More than a year after launching, the site includes a handful of videos, some of which have been explained as commercial craft and some have been labeled as unresolved. Each video contains a short description with an explanation of where it was captured and what characteristics the object was exhibiting. Those who visit the site can also access an assortment of laws, memos, congressional briefings, and press releases related to the UAP. But if you're going to the site to look for evidence of aliens, you'll be disappointed. In January, outgoing AARO Director Sean Kirkpatrick, since replaced by John T. Koloski, appeared on a podcast and made one thing clear. There is no evidence of aliens, and there's no evidence of the government conspiracy. Boo! Sounds like somebody who got paid to say that. Oh my gosh.
What does the other guy say that used to have that job? Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead. He hung out with Bill Clinton. So, weeks later, NASA, totally trustworthy organization, released a long-awaited UFO report affirming that no evidence existed to confirm that alien spaceships had visited Earth. However, in what Administrator Bill Nelson described as a signal of the agency's transparency, NASA appointed a director of UAP research. Because of the potential threat posed to national security and air safety, NASA embarked in 2022 on the space agency's first ever study of UFOs. Seems not real. For the report, experts commissioned by the space agency outlined ways in which NASA can partner with the U.S. government and private commercial organizations to better study and understand unidentified flying objects. You know who'd be a great person to ask about this? Elon Musk. Because he runs a space program that's privately funded and he loves to tweet about conspiratorial things. Somebody ask Elon for me and say, hey, Bob wanted to know, are aliens real and are they demons? Maybe. Who knows? So,
You know, it probably has nothing to do with those round things that they make in places like Switzerland.
No, don't bring that up.
Okay.
Don't bring up the production of alien craft. Don't bring up photo evidence of alien craft landing on side of aircraft carriers. Don't do that. Don't bring that up. That's not real, okay? Don't bring up secret, shadowy government programs. It's not real. Okay? Can we get a brief outline of what is included in the bleeding prevention webinar? Need a little more info before dropping the cash. Thanks in advance. Absolutely, local prepper. The bleeding prevention webinar is 3 hours. So the first 2 hours are going over how to control massive bleeding, best tips and practices, how to use a tourniquet, how to wound pack, what to do, what not to do, as well as understanding the follow-on effects of massive bleeding. And then the final hour is an opportunity for the webinar as a whole to do some Q&A, to ask some questions, and to see what's going on. And so that's what we're looking at. It's $60, not a ton of cash. It's a great opportunity to get some more training. And yeah, the product is right there. It's listed. Go, grab it, get it now, believe it. Tremendous. How many people have we had thus far? We got 3 Ranger Medic handbooks that are given out. All you have to do is grab a vacuum seal kit. Right now you have 100% chance of winning.
Wait, hold on. I gotta see what this order was. Yep, we got 2 so far.
We got 2. So both the people who purchased so far are winning. So you have a 100% chance, if you're the next person that purchases, to win.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. Not trying to brag. It's a pretty sure thing at this point. Why did NASA stop exploring the ocean and switch to space?
I saw that on Instagram, so it's got to be real. There's a big old serpent in the ocean, which actually biblically is probably real.
It's
Leviathan. Mm-hmm.
That's not true.
I mean, the Bible says it, so.
What do you believe is real?
What does Heath like to say?
I believe you either have a biblical worldview or you don't. You know? So, hey, okay? He already said that there are probably not aliens out there. I don't think so.
But okay, so have you guys heard this thing, like they always tell us what's going on in Hollywood, right? Like they always tell you before things are happening.
Yeah, it's
Like,
programming.
why are there so many alien movies? And like, where are they coming up with the inspiration for the way that the ships look or the way that they make the aliens look? Why? Where? Why? How?
I personally, I just don't get distracted. There's a lot of distractions going on right now. Stay focused in preparing your house. Stay focused in spiritual fitness, and emotional fitness, and mental fitness, and physical fitness. Continue to build rather than focusing on distractions and on nonsense. We talk about this right now because that's why we bring this stuff up. It's not to be like, oh my gosh, look at all this important stuff that's happening. It's like, hey guys, look how they're distracting you. Don't pay attention to it. It's good to have information. Let your information fuel your decision-making capability, and then move on, right? Like, we're not going to get sucked into nonsense.
Listen, all I'm saying is they're turning the frogs gay!
Yeah, they are. The hearing did confirm the activity as legit. Yeah. The hearing in 2023 confirmed the activity was legit.
Listen, I saw E.T. That confirmed it.
Yeah, dude. E.T. phone home. If you have Reese's Pieces, you can catch an alien.
I actually was afraid of that movie when I was little.
I'm still scared of Reese's Pieces. I don't eat them because I'm pretty sure aliens made them.
Pretty sure they're toxic.
Pretty sure they're toxic. So you can't prove that they didn't. They are coming up with inspiration from all the mentally ill people in the world. They are willing to part with their money. Maybe.
I mean, I don't know, because
Crowley had an encounter with a being and drew a picture of it. It resembles a gray alien, also gay.
You know, they say, like, in Greece, they don't teach the mythical stuff as mythical, like all the Zeus and all that crap. They teach it as history. So, like, the Clash of the Titans. And if you read the Clash of the Titans in conjunction with Nephilim, I don't know.
I lived on the border for a while. Aliens exist. At the border, I guess. That's it. Because if I know one thing, aliens hang out at the border.
Striker Cade, you are so right. Oh my gosh, those things are dangerous.
We have an entire government agency dedicated to catching them. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like, if it wasn't real, like, why do we have an entire government agency for it? You know, there's not an entire government agency dedicated to elves. Or is there?
Wait, what? There's one dedicated to elves?
I don't know, but that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
No. I mean, I don't know. Are we talking about like what kind of elves are we talking about? I mean, they're all bad.
They're all bad.
There's not any good ones.
Pointy ears, don't trust them. Has The Simpsons shown it yet? That's a great question. Is there?
Oh,
alien? Yeah.
surely.
There's surely aliens on The Simpsons. Surely there's aliens on The Simpsons. All right, so we got a couple more minutes, and then we're going to do our drawing. So if you haven't grabbed your bleeding prevention kit or your bleeding prevention webinar, or any vacuum seal kit for that matter,
We
to
got
win one of the
5.
free Ranger Medic handbooks. This is an awesome little piece of kit. This is a great thing to sit by the fire, eat some chili, and read. Just hang out in this wintry coolness. I prefer the winter.
We have 5, so now there's 5 people.
There's 5 people. You have greater than a 50% chance of winning right now.
I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I will sit over here.
Like, Lauren, please stop eating. What kind of chips are those?
They're not chips. They're the Simple Mills almond flour farmhouse cheddar crackers.
Oh, that sounds awful.
You know what? When I was eating plant-based for a little bit, these were the bomb. But now that I eat dairy again, I'm like, wow, these are not that great. But I'm hungry. I will stop chewing. Sorry.
Classic Lauren. I'm ordering right now. Give me 60 seconds. Okay, Ghost, we'll give you 60 seconds. Ah!
Google image search it right now. The Crowley demon drawings. That sounds like something I don't want in my brain.
Yeah, I try not to look at demons.
Yeah.
I'll give it my best attempt, you know. Guys, this is a great time for some questions. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat below. It's always awesome to offer up some accountability, some transparency for the organization, to answer questions for y'all, and to help however possible. It could be about first aid kits, could be about production, could be about medicine, could be about elves. You know, everything's on the table. You know.
So
I definitely drank too much water.
we have like what? How many days do we have till he takes office?
January 5th or 6th is when
So
he gets
less than
sworn
60
in.
days.
Yeah, less than 60 days. Less than 60 days till President Donald Trump.
Did you hear the guy on one of the mainstream news stations saying that like Biden could just step down and let Kamala Harris be president for the next until Trump gets in? That happened. It was real.
Will the class be available all the time on the website? Well,
No.
the class is this Sunday, so no. But if the class goes well and it is successful, we might put another one up there.
It's live for 24 hours, and you can only do the Q&A hour if you are there for the actual live stream. But like, say you purchased it and then you ended up having to work or something, you have 24 hours to watch that, and then that link will expire.
All right. Oh, Ghost got his order in. All right, let's start this drawing. Who do we got?
All right, here we go.
You gonna put him in the wheel?
Do. Yep. Give me a second, guys.
We'll
I
put it in the
know
wheel.
everybody loves to watch the wheel.
Everybody loves the wheel. How could you not?
Do. What is that from? Price is
That's
Right?
Price is Right. Thanks, Tradesman. You have a great day, bro.
Ba-ba. Whoops. Rhonda, I almost spelled your name with a W.
May a one-legged person attend the classes or training? Yes, it has happened before. We have trained amputees. We have trained
a blind guy that
trained blind guys.
he didn't tell us.
He didn't tell us. It was a surprise. So there's a lot of different options. You know, we try to make our class accessible and palatable to all walks of life. We just want people to get, you know, good medical training. So yeah, absolutely.
Hold on.
If you're doing an essential responder and you know you are an amputee, so it might not be advantageous to do all of the parts, but we can figure that out.
Okay, I've got my 6 people in.
Rhonda Miller's here. What's up, Rhonda?
Yeah, she entered. I'm
Heck
just
yeah.
making sure nobody else. Okay, here we go. Let me get the link. I'm going to generate the link.
Generate the link.
Book drawing is what we're calling it.
Spitfire was eating lunch with you, Lauren. I want you to know that.
My bad, guys. I'll try to eat something quieter next time.
Like pudding.
Ugh.
Pudding's awesome. Don't talk
I mean,
about
I
it.
just like, I don't know.
Would blaze orange be a seasonal color option for deer season? Bear facts. So we've already made some hunter orange SOBs in the past. They didn't move super well. So we continue to sell red as an option. Maybe in the future we'll bring blaze orange back, but there just wasn't a huge demand for it.
All right. Are we ready?
Great question.
Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. All right, guys. We are going to spin the wheel. 1, 2, 3. Spin that wheel. Let's see who won. The first book is Richard Lewis. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, nice. Oh, wait, I should probably write this down.
I was thinking the same.
Do you have a pen?
I do. I have a pen and paper.
Nice. Okay. All right. Second winner is spinning. Spinning the wheel. It is August Wolf.
August Wolf. Awesome name.
I think I spelled your last name wrong. If I did, I'm super sorry. Okay, last one.
Last one.
Here we go.
For all the donuts. Big bucks, no whammies.
Jacob Hagen. You should.
Awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. This is the live show today. Remember, grab the Bleeding Control webinar while you have the opportunity to. You know, you're blessed. Be blessed in Messiah. Don't walk according to this world and the understanding of it. Walk according to His truth and His light. We love you guys. We cherish you. You are Refuge Nation. Go and evangelize on behalf of the Lord who saved you. And, yeah, carry an effing tourniquet.